because of course they're calling it football club when more people have been calling it soccer longer than football.
What are they calling it? Football club?
How many more people call it soccer than football, though?
Well, I mean,
what's the percentage of the world? Is it just America that calls it soccer?
Now they all call it football, but they didn't used to call it football. And then everybody got butthurt about American football being called football, and they're like,
This is not football. You do not touch it with the foot primarily, mostly with the hands. Yes?
This does not work with my community.
I like Russian footballers. Like Russian football, come for you, goes inside your face, explode.
This is best when we win and you lose.
It's so good. You know what football tastes like? You'll find out.
We turn you into football, yes?
Yes. Dang. And with that, welcome to the Level 7 broadcast, brought to you from the Blanket Fort inside of Level 7 Games. You got to climb all the way to the top to get there, baby. You'll get there someday.
Select few only.
Yeah, select few. Our buddy Angel's here with us today. Myself and other John, weekly broadcast thingies going on. But Angel, our friend here, has a podcast of his own called the Times 2 Podcast. And tell us a little bit about it.
Sure. Times 2 Podcast is up and live on all platforms right now. We're on YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, Facebook. You guys can find us on TikTok as well. The whole concept of Times 2 Podcast is to help you improve in all aspects of life, whether it be financially, physically, emotionally, spiritually. We're here to help you, and I interview people of all different backgrounds to try to connect with people that could relate to them in some kind of way. I interviewed John here, and he's more of the business aspect because he has a business of his own, so he has a few gems that we can learn from. So that's why I interviewed him, a good friend of mine. So I have myself booked on that podcast. If you have a business of your own located here in Colorado, feel free to reach out to me. Times 2 Podcast. The O on podcast is a 0 on Instagram. That you can find me easier that way. And feel free to reach out to me if you want to get some exposure. We have over 1,000 followers on YouTube, over 2K followers on Instagram. So I'm here to help. I'm definitely a resource.
Heck yeah, man. We appreciate that. And yeah, we'll definitely make sure that everything is posted in the description of the video as well to get those links in there so people can easily find that content.
Right on.
Thanks again for coming out.
Yes,
and we've been buddies for a while. We met when I was opening the newest store.
Yeah.
I was doing all the social media stuff, and then we ended up linking up, and you came to the opening, and I was like, this dude is freaking cool. So dude. I've been buddies since. So it's awesome to have you on. So
thank you.
So let's talk video games and stuff, right? Like
John, I don't want you to feel left out, bro. We go way back to about 5 minutes ago.
Man, it's been a long time. Can barely remember it. But
the history.
Yeah, the reason we were talking about football is because FC24 is coming out.
FC.
That's this week,
What's
right?
FC24, John?
It stands for Football Club, which now you have to say it like that. If you just say football, it's not correct.
I would never say.
I don't
is
know
it
if
okay?
you know
Did
that.
you find the spelling? Is it FUTBOL, or is it?
I'm about ready to call everyone out on this crap. Y'all don't know what the you're talking about. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bleep, but it was never called football before. Like, I don't know what happened in like the 90s or something.
No, it was a 2000s thing. It was
just
like it was a weird time when dudes were like, you know what? I don't like football. I like football.
What?
And everybody's like, "Oh, you sneaky!" They're the hipster of sports. And they ruined the for me. Look, football for me is American football.
You get a home run right on that sweet spot. You don't feel it. It just feels so pure. And the same way with hitting. When you really get a good one, you don't feel anything. It's a rush.
I can't help it. I think soccer's great, but it's like I call it soccer. I don't call it football, and I get that whatever other places, but it's like. In the 90s, there's soccer and there's football, and then people were like, no, this is football. And I'm like, what are you talking about? You guys are crazy.
And
tomatoes.
Right, and I love them both, so I'm not trying to hate on soccer at all. But I even found an article that says by the time However, the name football had already been taken a foothold in America, and it was here to stay. According to this, it's still important. Blah, blah, blah. Unanswered question: football overseas, where football is sometimes entirely just refers to soccer, but surprisingly, the word soccer too traces back to England, and it was distinguished in the early versions of soccer. Stop trying to tell me football is always been called football.
And
You
I'm
lie.
and I'm looking at this, and they're spelling it FOOTBALL.
Yup.
Now that, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about that? Let's hear.
Well,
it.
you know, in my experience being in England, that's just how we called it as well. So I'll have to give it the go, the green light.
Oh, ball of their foot then, love. Having a stroke then, mate.
have to settle it
That's
on the
right.
pitch.
So that's.
But yeah, I mean, either way, I'm actually kind of excited. I don't know. Have either of you been playing FIFA before, or are you ready to pick up Football Club?
No.
Oh, okay.
Have you?
I'm very clearly a strictly Madden guy.
Oh, okay, Madden. I've only ever played sports games with my son, my oldest son, and I've never really gotten into him because I'd want to play it in real life. You know what I mean? So I'm like, if I could do this in real life, I don't want to play it on a video game. That's why I like games like Zelda, Final Fantasy, because it takes me to a different world.
I could see that, but it's like, I mean, to counter that, because I agree with you. I would much rather be skateboarding than, I don't know, probably playing Tony Hawk or something, right? But it's like, I don't know, I can't go skateboarding all the time.
Yeah, Tony Hawk's
And-
that's a different sport though. See, I can't do that sport, and I love Tony Hawk. Goodness gracious, that's a classic.
You could do that sport.
even in I could. You're right. I could. That takes a lot of time that my knees don't agree with. Being the age I am, it's like, could I
Not a
start
good time.
skateboarding? Yeah.
I was also just going to say, you probably couldn't even just go out and play with a professional football team, but I bet I can make the Broncos now.
Oh,
Because they
too
suck.
soon.
It hurts. It hurts my soul to say that,
It was
but
really bad.
oh my gosh.
I can't believe that happened.
So I've never been to a Bronco game, and one of the members at my job came in today. He's like, he never been to a Bronco game, and I was like, no, and he was like, well, since they suck so bad, I might have some tickets for you here soon. I was like, thanks, I guess.
You're like, what the hell is that? Yeah, you're like, I go, thank you. Yeah, exactly.
Now that I don't want them, you can have them.
Yeah.
now that they're basically garbage to me, do you want to buy them or something? But yeah, that's
But
hilarious.
I'm pretty excited because going back to Football Club 24, they do have all this players, so you could still rock your favorite players like Messi and Holland from Norway and
Erling Haaland, great stride.
you know, all the people that are just freaking dope, but they don't have any of the teams. So I'm really just curious to see how the whole structure of everything
The
works.
Tornado Kittens
Yeah.
versus the Denver Broncos.
Going back to
soccer.
going back to like NFL street logos, and you're like, you want to be the Falcons?
nice name
Like,
drop.
it's like
Nice
this
name
weird
drop.
like derpy falcon bird. You're like, yeah, that's my logo.
Like, wait a minute, that's not the Falcons. That's the Falconers. Just a guy with a glove. He's like, yo, where's my Falcon?
Where's my Falcon? What clubs do you follow on FIFA?
Mainly, man, I always pick terrible teams apparently, but Odd is a Norwegian team, and they're not great either. But then my second team is the Rapids here in Colorado.
Okay.
And they are also really bad. So
You got me
I
hyped
just-
for that one.
I got a bunch of teams that are just in real life they're really bad, but I think that's kind of what's fun about playing these games is you get to take them from mediocrity to freaking champions.
I
Okay.
just like learning the game better.
Oh,
I like
you don't follow any clubs?
Oh,
Like,
soccer?
Yeah.
No.
No. Okay.
No.
I only follow like things if they get a lot of like I'm a bandwagon when it comes to football. So if America's doing great, I'm following them. Mexico's doing great. That's about it.
Yeah.
I would love to get a Mexican jersey though. Those jerseys are always just beautiful.
Well, you're in luck,
So
my
cool.
friends. I can do that for you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
Hell
can do that
yeah.
for you for sure.
Oh yeah.
Just pay me money.
All you gotta do, all you have to do
That makes
is
perfect
have money,
sense.
and you can get anything you want. Just ask Bill Gates. Yeah.
Bill Gates.
But
He
yeah,
buys up everybody's farmland.
but But yeah, if you're into soccer games, let us know if you're excited about FC24 or not.
I was very confused by the name. That was kind of my whole thing. As I was like, why couldn't you just put Soccer 24? Why'd you have to like? Would people have been like, it's not called that? That's why I'm at it. Like, I think it would have been more marketable if they just called it Soccer 24.
Yeah, that's gonna take some getting used to because FIFA just rolled off the tongue. You know, it's like Fanta, but now it's like Fanta changing its name to FT.
It's like Fanta changing its name to Fago, and you're just like, no,
That's Fayo. That's ugly.
You got to put 2 G's in it to differ.
Well, the other hard part is, remember, I thought it was UFC 24 was coming out. I
Yeah.
thought it was a typo. I was like, oh, UFC 24 is about to drop. And then I click on it. I'm like, soccer? What is going on? It's like FC 24. I'm like, oh, he had to explain the whole football club to me. Because I'm like, they're
Okay.
not called teams. They're called clubs.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I know that much.
Yeah.
I saw this movie called Goal, and it's about like a Chicano guy, and he's wanted to be a soccer player, but he gets into soccer, but he gets into New England, and he gets to play for their team, and that's how I know the lingo and all that. So I clinged onto that and used it everywhere.
That's dope. I'm gonna have to check it out. I oddly enough have not watched many soccer movies.
I watch the
Yeah,
I
and
watch
it's
the
very to the few.
Ladybugs once a week. Remember Ladybugs? Oh, Rodney Dangerfield.
yeah.
I get no respect. it's a bad '90s movie.
It's-
Okay,
it's a
the Big Green, maybe.
It's kind of like that.
Okay.
It's like that, but it's Rodney Dangerfield. He's like the really ugly dude who would always like be moving his tie. Yeah, I don't know. You would
I'll
him
probably
if
know
you
if
saw
I seen him.
If
Yeah,
you saw
I'm
him,
good
you
with.
would know him.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's the other thing coming out this week?
The other thing coming out this week is the Flesh and Blood.
Yeah.
Flesh and
Blood
Blood
cards.
pre-release. Yeah. Have you seen any of the Flesh and Blood stuff?
Only on level 7.
Okay. True. Yeah. So the pre-release for that is this. So what we've got to be doing it on Wednesday.
Oh,
So not today.
that will be
Yeah, you got it. You got it. We got to look up the
the
details because I
4th,
forgot.
October 4th.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Jeez, so many
I
big
wasn't
things
close.
coming out in October.
There's so much stuff. It's so hard to keep track of. I should have had this ready to go, but yeah. So we're doing 2 of them, right? There should be 2 pre-releases, I think.
Ooh, that I don't know.
Hold on, just a sec. Let's see.
I
Here.
would really like to get into Flesh and Blood because apparently it's kind of like a fighting game, but with cards.
Okay.
And you pick like your character, and then you can, as you're pulling cards out, you can get like their weapon and like moves and stuff. Right? That's how it works, John.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
instead of like we're in Magic or in Pokemon, like you're a trainer or you're a sorcerer and you summon all these little creatures to fight for you. In this one, you control a hero. You select your weapons, and then you select your armor, and then your deck is your moves. And so you're fighting each other 1v1.
Oh, one.
So
Okay,
it's
one
more
character.
of a fighting game,
Okay.
like Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter or something. It's more paced like that than like big armies and zombies and shit like that. It's just like ding, block, hit, special move. You know what I mean? It's
Nice. Okay. It's more
feels
simple.
very-
It sounds simpler.
It is. It is. It is a simpler concept,
Okay.
but it's not simpler in practice. But it's a
Okay.
good game. Like,
Okay.
it's not hard. It's not hard, but it's not simple. Just like
It's
anything.
not hard, but it's not simple.
It's easy to learn, difficult to perfect.
Okay.
So yeah, okay. So the 29th up north at 6:30 is the pre-release with a 16-player cap, and then on the 2nd at Lakewood at 6 p.m. 16-player cap on that one as well. So yeah, you got to get pre-registered because those are definitely going to fill up. The set looks good. There's some new stuff. I have an Arachne assassin deck, and there's some new cards in that are supposed to beef up my boy, maybe make him a little more competitive because right now he's weak sauce, but it looks really cool.
Beef him up, huh?
Gotta beef up the
Arachne.
Yeah, dude.
Sounds Italiano. He's
tell
like,
you.
you gotta get him beefed up, or he's gonna go down the gabadoosh. You know, understand?
Where's the gabagoose? Give me a little bit of struggle. You put it inside. Come on, boss.
You know, like I wanted to be the fat guy mobster. You know what I mean? The one who's always like,
Come on, boss. Don't be mad at me.
He's
I
always
didn't
out of
try-
breath.
I tried to catch you, boss, but I was eating my spaghetti.
It's like, you're right, I gotta get it. And he's just
What's
like,
the matter with you? You gotta slice the garlic and then put it in the spaghetti. You're crazy.
Oh, you're right. I always forget.
No, what was that date for Flushing?
So there's the 29th and then
Okay.
the 2nd.
All right, so
Yep.
if we leave now off the Blanket Mountain, we could probably make it.
It's a journey. If we take the helicopter, if we take the level 7 chopper.
Oh, we have the
can make it.
chopper.
We do have the.
Get to the chopper!
Get the chopper immediately.
Love it.
Gotta do it.
Gotta have all these references, man.
Dude, you have to.
Have to. I didn't save up all these references to not use
I've been
them.
waiting for this my whole life. Just scream into a microphone to hear my own voice. I love it.
And dad jokes too. Like I have all these dad jokes. Like today, I finally got to use one I've been waiting my whole life to use. So there's a gentleman, and you know how you see like hot rods or whatever, and they have like fire flames on the front.
Yeah.
You know. Well,
Yeah,
this guy had the
Gotcha.
same like on a tattoo. It's flames going up.
Oh, yeah,
his
yeah.
arm. And I work at a bank, so I was like, "Hey, sir, you can't bring those in here." And he goes, "What? I don't got." He's like, "What?" And I was like, "Your firearm. You can't bring that in here, sir." And he laughed so like he didn't make
gonna
me.
use
Yeah,
that, dude.
he got so happy about it. He's like, "That, sir, is a good dad joke."
I'm gonna use that one on my oldest brother. He's got one of those
Oh yeah,
From
Got
like
some
the-
flames.
got it. Got
late-
one in the
yeah.
chamber now.
late '90s.
That's pretty good.
Still
dude.
got that red and blue on there. Looks good.
Dude,
Nice.
I had a really nice one the other day at the. I was reffing the soccer game at my kid's soccer game, football game, football, and the coach's name is Sarah, and
Sarah Connor?
yeah, well,
Oh, here we go.
here we go, dude. So anyhow, I had to take the oranges over to her for halftime, but my wife forgot to slice the oranges, and I was like, I'm not gonna do that. I've been running around for half an hour. I'm gonna go get some water. So I dropped it, and I was like, well, because her name is Sarah, and I was like, Sarah Nara, sucker, and I ran away. I came back and she was like, "That was amazing." She's like, "I'm gonna use that." Yeah, no, she's super cool. Like,
Okay,
yeah.
that played off well. Because I could have gone way over.
No.
over
She's
her
the one
head.
that like made me like get into the ref. She's like, "Please don't make me ref my own games," and I'm like, "All right, fine."
Nice.
I obviously have a passion for soccer.
Yeah.
and so reffing soccer games is all I ever wanted to do.
Okay, right on.
I'm passionate about it.
It's hilarious how becoming a dad actually makes the dad jokes just kind of happen.
You're a dad too?
Yeah.
Oh,
I got two of them myself.
Nice.
And, yeah, they just like flow out now. Of course, I can't think of any specific ones, but yeah, they happen all the time. I'm just like, yes,
Score.
nailed it.
And as they're so new to the world, they're gonna be like, "Oh wow, that was the coolest joke ever."
Yep, they still laugh at my jokes. So
That's good.
yeah,
Makes you feel
that's
fulfilled.
that's gonna go away real soon.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Take advantage.
As
of
long
it.
as I laugh, I don't give a shit.
Jokes on you guys. I think I'm hilarious.
I think humor is like food. It's like you can make yourself a nice steak, you can eat it and enjoy it, be like, same with humor, right? I can tell a funny joke, laugh at my own joke, right? Like it's great. It's not bad to laugh. It's not bad to laugh at your own joke, man.
What a good analogy.
I was gonna say, there's some
humor is a
religious
food.
enlightenment for you right there.
Yeah, that is some gems right there. I gotta
Hell
write
yeah.
that one down.
Yeah, yeah. Take it in.
Well, I don't know if you're very familiar with our format, but I think right now is a perfect time to stop, and then we're going to go on to our next topic. So definitely join us for that next one in just a little bit.
Commercial break.
Okay, bye.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching the Level 7 broadcast. Be sure to like and subscribe to get more videos just like this. And be sure to visit us at any Level 7 Games location to find all of your gamer needs, from video games and trading cards to even manga and tasty as hell coffee. For all of those and more, I'll see you there.